G'day guys, it is Ben here from hunttonight.com.au, and today I'm going to bring you something a little different. Not a lot of people do these types of videos, but I'm going to do one. This is my dislikes of the InfiRay Finder series. Now, hopefully it's a really short video because there's not too much I don't like about it, but there's a few things I need to explain about this device to help people get an understanding of the different form factors and so on out there. And what I'm actually going to do as part of that, I'm going to change this up a little bit. I'll zoom out there. I'm going to throw this in behind here for a second, okay? Because we're going to talk about these two devices and why they're different in terms of, you know, what I like and don't like in the field. First off, there's a huge price point difference between these two devices as well, okay? You know, this is a much more expensive device. It's got a 50mm objective lens. You know, it's different to this device. It doesn't have a rangefinder on it like this one does. You know, doesn't have necessarily the same bells and whistles. But I'm talking more today about what I like about using it. I'm not talking about image quality. I'm not talking about, you know, anything like anything else. I'm really just talking about what I like or don't like about using these two devices. And there's not a lot I don't like about using this. I love the form factor in terms of it's small. It's easy in and out of my pocket. You know, that's great. Battery life on it is fantastic. But here's what I don't like. It's great having a rangefinder, but the rangefinder I find is, it's good, but you've got to be shooting at a big target, okay? You aren't going to range a fox at 407 meters. You won't pick up a fox, okay? Rangefinders work best when they're hitting a dark, preferably non-real shiny reflective surface and one that's going to be angled back towards you, so at 90 degrees. If you ever want to see how these rangefinders work, jump in behind a night vision and hit the range button and you'll see it. It sends out a pulsating light, and that light then comes back, you know, to the unit. So it's really got to be kind of that same direction. Hitting off a tree, things like that are good, but you're not going to hit a fox at 400 and, you know, something meters. They're just not designed to do that. And it's not that I don't like the range the range finder functionality. It's a bit of a tongue twister for me. I find people have an expectation of it that it should do something that it doesn't, okay? Now, the other thing that I don't like on this is the eye relief. I find that I've really got to bang it up against my eye in order for it to, you know, to be able to work. And it's not the most comfortable thing in the world, this rubber ring. You know, it's really got to be, and this isn't unique to this device here. I find my Axion LRF device that I had the same issue. It just wasn't comfortable on my eye. Now, which leads me to this form factor. Now, you'll see this type of form factor and it'll present in different forms. You know, it'll present in the Helion and so on as well. There are, you know, InfiRay models and HIC Micro models that all have this type of form factor. This is a really lovely form factor to hold. It's really, really nice in your hand. The button systems are obviously bigger because it's bigger, but what you can actually do though is this in here is set up better because they've got more distance to play with from the screen. So you get a bigger looking screen, and this is a much more comfortable eyepiece to actually hold onto your eye. Obviously, it's got other advantages, you know, and I will do a review on the 65 Pro by itself, but, you know, having the 50mm objective lens as opposed to the 25mm, you know, lens as well. There, you know, other advantages. Doesn't get in and out of your pocket as easily, you know, obviously because it's bigger. But I really do find, though, that this is a big step up, you know, in terms of comfortability over this one. That's not to say I don't like this unit. I use it all the time. Sometimes I carry this one. I'm probably going to use this one here now more so for foxes than I am maybe this one. This one's more for deer where I'm in and out of my pocket a lot more as opposed to, you know, if I'm shooting from a stand. But, you know, these are personal preferences. And again, I've got the advantage of having lots, you know. So for me, it's being, you know, I can pick and choose. This is still an overall unbelievable unit for its money. You know, in its size class and price bracket range, which is really that, you know, Pulsar Axion type, you know, range, this is by far the most best value for monocular on the market, and outstanding in features and everything else. But in terms of overall use and comfortability is what I'm getting to today. That it's good, but if you want something that's more comfortable and you've got the budget for it, then probably something like that is a little easier to use. Anyway, guys, that's all I wanted to go through. That's really my only dislikes of these of the unit, and I really call it a dislike. They're exceptionally good units. You know, there's just no one best monocular, I guess. And people always ring me up, what's the best monocular? Don't know. Depends on what you like to hold, how you like to shoot, what you like to feel, and everything else. I will go into more form factor when I do a more in-depth video on this one. But for today, guys, that's it. Have a good one. Bye for now.